So YouTube ads are having this weird bug right now, and the sad thing is I don't know if it's a bug. So right now people are talking about the fact that on mobile they are unable to clear ads when watching YouTube videos. For example, this ad AFK Journey, I've hit the 3 dots and clicked dismiss ad, but it won't go away no matter what I do. It's super annoying and it takes up a sizable amount of space, and I'm on a mobile if that matters. So usually you are able to just click the 3 dots over here. It'll pop up a menu that says dismiss, or you can press install, and either one should be able to get that ad off of your screen. However, tons of people, specifically today, or I guess yesterday when this video goes up, are experiencing this at the same time right now, which means that it is not just a bug being experienced by one person. Tons of people are experiencing it. And honestly, with the way that YouTube is with aggressively pushing out ads, this might actually be a feature that they're adding on purpose. Pop-up ads when you full screen on your mobile device just exist now. I just noticed a YouTube pop-up ad, and no matter how many times I click dismiss, it never goes away. When did they add this, and like why? We already get ads, and sometimes ones we can't even skip. Just got one, had to see if I was alone. I'm so sick of this crap. I put on my ad blocker and it immediately made the videos laggier. I'm so sick of this. So again, this is not something that just a few people are having. Tons of people are having this happen to them right now, and it is specifically happening on mobile. So basically this might just be like a mobile feature that YouTube is adding, where they have like, you know, potentially a permanent ad that's always going to be on the bottom left. Again, this could just be a bug. We don't know if it is or isn't, but the problem is with YouTube and the way they've been aggressively rolling out ads in every shape or form. I mean, they even have pause ads now, and this was something that they added like a year or two ago, where now when you pause a YouTube video, you are going to be seeing an ad. There's just a lot of ways that YouTube has been aggressively pushing out ads, so it's really difficult to be able to tell if this is a bug or not. Here's another person saying, Undismissable ad made me close the app. I have a newborn. I watch a lot of YouTube quietly with subtitles. This video, every ad I got added this banner to the bottom that would not go away. Not when you click dismiss, not clicking install, not swiping in any direction. Nothing. It just ruined the video and made it impossible to read the captions. Which, by the way, that last detail right there is another thing that I've seen a lot of people saying. The ads are so big that they're even covering the captions, as you can see over here. Not only can you just not get rid of it, but it just completely covers up the captions. So I guess your only option is to just restart the YouTube app. But the fact that it's happening to so many people, so what? All these people just have to restart their YouTube app to be able to normally watch videos? Here's one specifically from Kingshot, which, by the way, the amount of advertising these guys push, not only on YouTube, but also on Instagram, maybe even TikTok, is crazy. I don't know how much money these guys have, but the amount of times I see a freaking Kingshot ad is so annoying. They make like these mobile slop games, and holy crap, man, I just can't avoid them no matter what website I go to. But anyways, seriously, what is this bullshit, dude? Look, you can't even just watch the YouTube video anymore without an ad being on screen. You can't even dismiss it either. The button to do it literally just doesn't work. I'm just trying to relax in bed and watch some YouTube, but no matter what I do, the ads are so in your face. Watch the video on phone, and ad takes up a tenth of the screen. Watch the video on TV, wait 50 seconds to skip these ads. Pause the video, ad takes up half the screen. I genuinely do not mind watching 1 or 2 mid-rolls every once in a while or in between videos, but you literally cannot do anything without having some stupid BS you don't want or need shoved in your face. The only way to reasonably watch YouTube anymore is on a desktop with uBlock and like other 4 quality of life extensions, just for the site to be usable. Something has to change at some point because this is completely ridiculous. And I would agree. This is something that I've talked about multiple times on YouTube, and I've made so many types of videos talking about how bad YouTube ads are, but YouTube is going way too overboard with the ads nowadays. Now look, obviously YouTube, like any other website, especially when you have content creators on the website, ads are necessary. That is how the content creators get paid. That is how content creators are able to keep pumping out content and actually make some revenue off of it. However, even me being a content creator, I have to admit, and I've already said this so many times throughout the years of me making YouTube videos, YouTube ads are going a little bit too far. YouTube ads nowadays will have a ton of mid-rolls, an ad before the video, an ad after the video, a pause ad, and now these like mobile ads that are going to be stuck on the bottom left. YouTube ads are just ridiculous, and sometimes even getting like YouTube Premium doesn't stop the ads as well. Now they have a YouTube Premium Pro or a YouTube Premium Lite, which goes to some of the theories that we've had on why YouTube might be doing this. Now, in the past, we've talked about the fact that a lot of times YouTube actually can't even load in properly if you have an ad blocker on. Sometimes a YouTube video won't even be able to show up, and it'll say this content isn't available, try again later. And then all of a sudden, when you turn off your ad block, it magically just shows up. A lot of times people are getting a notice over here that says ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. It looks like you may be using an ad blocker. Ads allow YouTube to stay free for billions of users. And so, you know, you can go ahead and just either allow YouTube ads through your ad blocker, or you can try YouTube Premium. It always ends up being an advertisement for YouTube Premium. And there are other times where they just straight up tell you, you know, ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. You have 3 chances here. We're going to give you 3 videos. If you don't disable your ad blocker by then, you're just not going to be able to use YouTube. Now, I do find the timing of this whole pop-up ad thing happening on YouTube and Reddit pretty interesting, because YouTube actually did just make a change to YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium recently, and when I mean recently, I mean literally in like the last few days or so, actually just got a few upgrades, especially YouTube Premium Lite. That is their $8 a month feature feature. Now they're allowing YouTube Premium Lite to have offline downloads and background playback. Usually you can only have that by having YouTube Premium. And I feel like, and again, this could be a tinfoil theory. I have no evidence or basis on this, but this whole pop-up ad thing could be another way that YouTube is doing to kind of like annoy everybody and be like, you know what, it's inevitable. Just make sure you guys get YouTube Premium. And then, regular YouTube Premium might be too expensive for some people. So they're like, okay, cool. Well, you guys wanted background play and you guys wanted offline downloading, right? But you didn't want to pay the $14 a month or however much YouTube Premium is in the United States. Obviously, it'll vary on country, but now they're like, okay, you know what? Why don't we make it so we'll just add those features to YouTube Premium Lite? Come on, give it a shot. You can try 2 months for $0, and it's going to be like, okay, well, now you can have Premium Lite, and now you have downloads and background play, which was something that they didn't have before on Premium Lite. This could just be one big sales pitch where they're just going ahead and trying to get people to download YouTube Premium Lite. I mean, it's possible. Like I said, I'm not saying that that is true or false. It's just based on what I've seen throughout the years of me talking about YouTube ads and just YouTube in general. A lot of times they do have a lot of subliminal messaging on stuff that they want the platform to kind of know. And a lot of times they're like, you know what, why don't we just go ahead and not say, hey, you should go download YouTube Premium, but kind of force you to do it. I mean, that's kind of what they've been doing, right? Because for example, right, you would think that with all this advertising getting pushed on YouTube, that the ad rates for YouTubers as a whole will go up. Like for example, if they're pushing all this king shot crap and this, they're getting so much more ads on YouTube, you would think that it would result in like the average YouTuber making more, but I don't have access to a bunch of statistical data or anything. I'm just go based on what I see throughout the community. I don't believe that's the case. I think a lot of times on YouTube, a lot of people are struggling to make ends meet, and a lot of times the algorithm can be kind of weird. We have something called CPM and RPM that I've talked to you guys about before. CPM and RPM are basically like the rate of money that you will make based on how many views you get and how many ad views you get. And this is something that a lot of YouTubers really need to rely on to be able to make a sustainable living off of YouTube. Now, again, and fellow YouTubers, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I know it does depend on, what genre of content you make. Like for example, people in the tech community, they make significantly more money than somebody doing like commentary videos like me. But overall, I haven't seen like a huge jump in RPM for either myself or any other more like smaller creators on the platform. But I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, my theory is that they're doing this to try to get people to get YouTube Premium, specifically YouTube Premium Lite, because they're going to be like, all right, cool. So you guys don't want to get YouTube Premium. It's too expensive. Well, you guys said that you wanted to have background play and downloading on YouTube Premium Lite. So now you can go ahead and use our new service, right? Now, one thing that could, kind of shoot that theory down is this YouTube ad bug thing has kind of been happening in like late 2025 as well. So it hasn't just been happening yesterday, but it's still something that's pretty interesting to consider, that there's been a huge surge of reports of this specific YouTube pop-up ad thing happening yesterday. And now all of a sudden, within like 24 to 48 hours of YouTube expanding Premium Lite and adding more features to it. It could be a coincidence, but like I said, I don't know. You never know with YouTube. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Do you guys think this is a bug, or do you guys think that YouTube is doing this intentionally, maybe to promote YouTube Premium? Like I want to say one more time, I'm not making that as a statement of fact. It's just an opinion. I could be wrong, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. YouTube ads are crazy, man. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.